Welcome to the Stickers on the Mic podcast, brought to you by StickerGiant.com, where we talk with our customers about how they started their business, how they're marketing their brand, and how they're growing their company. Without further ado, it's time for the Stickers on the Mic podcast from Sticker Giant. Let's get on with the show. Hey everybody, welcome back to Stickers on the Mic. Andrew with you again. It's always a pleasure. Today we are very excited to be dialing in Cidney Moorer from Willoughby, Ohio, right outside of Cleveland. And your brand is Herbal Ciddy, right?
Herbal Ciddy, yeah.
So tell us a little bit about why you decided to start Herbal Ciddy.
I decided to start Herbal Ciddy just to create a healthier lifestyle. You know, in the beginning, I was doing juices and smoothies, and I just wanted a way to connect with people through mail, you know, broader, all around, all across America. And I felt like skincare would be, you know, at best, because my mother, she was an Avon lady, and I was a cook in the military for about 6 years, and I went to trade school for cooking. So I have a culinary background, you know.
But that seems like a big gap from cooking in the military to starting a skincare brand. What happened in the middle? I want to know.
So the correlation between, you know, like I said, watching my mother be an Avon lady, you know, she always taught me how to take care of my skin, you know, as a female and as a mother of her nature, you know, taking care of your body is very, very important. And then with my culinary background, it's just, you know, me cooking up something that everybody would like. So I'm serving up a product that everybody would be accustomed to, you know, something that's not too sweet, not too salty. So the same with skincare, something that's not too harsh, something that is good for sensitive skin. You know, all my things are non-scented, so everybody can use them. It does not have, you know, a gender or a race type. If you have oily skin, oily skin, I have something for oily skin. If you have dry skin, if you have sensitive skin, I have something for all of that. Thank you.
Nice. There it is. Nice. So you got it all. And you have, you know, when you go to the website, folks, it's herbalciddy.com, by the way, CIDDY. And you've got, you know, kits and bundles for face, for body. How did you create the product mix that you have? What went into doing that?
So, like I said, I wanted to create, you know, a healthier lifestyle for people. And I was so in tune with herbs. So I created this name Herbal. And then I'm like, okay, so how am I going to, you know, it was a tough time for me to create my name. I went through like 4 or 5 different names. And then it like struck me because like everything, all of my products, the name of it is an herb, you know, so you have turmeric, you have rose, you have sea moss. So it all correlates together. Also, well, my skincare is not edible, but I use all natural products that some of them you can eat or intake. So that's how it all blends in together with me cooking in the military, culinary, skincare. It all flows together. So that's how I came up with Herbal Ciddy, is because, and then my last name, how cliche, you know. So my name is Ciddy, and then you got Herbal, and it all goes together.
No, that makes sense too. When you're talking about like the brand extends into the product itself. I mean, that makes sense when, like you say, the way you name specific things. So you've been doing this, like you said, for about 3-ish years.
Yeah.
Talk about some of the things you've learned over the last few years.
Oh gosh, I've learned so much. I didn't know anything. Like, let's start off by saying, I didn't even know how to work a computer.
Okay. Come on.
But now, not necessarily, I didn't know how to work it, but I didn't know the little nooks and crannies of it. You know, I didn't know specifically where some things are. I didn't know how to take a screenshot. I didn't know how to download a file, PNG. Like, if you see our emails, you would see like you're telling me, or support, Sticker Giant support is telling me, okay, I need this in this format. And I'm like, what is that? Like, I don't know. So just by, you know, and then I'm self-taught. So I took the hard way. I'm not a YouTube university person, which I highly recommend, because I probably would have been a lot further if I just, you know, sat down and took a couple classes. But I didn't. I researched, I figured it out, and I taught myself how to design. I taught myself how to create, work Canva, Photoshop. Yeah. So I taught myself how to create and build content, but all of these visions were already in my head. It was just, just trying to figure it out.
Trying to manifest them in some way. And then obviously building that community, right? And like these days, it's clearly your Instagram, you're pushing it hard. That's where we engage as customer and relationship that we have, right? Like you've tagged us, but we shout you out, whatever. Sure. So, but when you started, you obviously were probably in your house or whatever, making this thing, trying to hustle it through. So when you're growing your Instagram audience, a big thing, and I remember connecting with you because you got tagged by Beyonce, and I don't want to get into all the mechanics of that, but how did that affect your business?
It affected my business because it gained more exposure. People understood, people knew that I was a legitimate business. And sometimes it's hard with Instagram. So once they see that I'm on the Beyonce's page, everybody knows, nothing goes past Beyonce. So of course it had to be approved by Beyonce herself. And everybody knew, okay, like this is a real business. It's a quality business. I'm the Beyonce of skincare. But it definitely grew my business, gained more exposure. That was my first 6-figure year. And it was so impressive. I could hardly keep up, and I was still in my house. Right. I was literally still in my house making product, and I was doing probably about 60 grand a month. Almost 60 grand a month just from getting those shout outs, and from I Am Jonathan and Princess Love, T.I.'s daughter. It was truly amazing experience. I definitely do highly recommend, good influencers to, grow your business. Definitely.
Right. That's an interesting strategy. That's a whole nother podcast that we are still trying to wrap our heads around. But I do remember that kickstart for you, really, that like was rocket fuel at the time. Cause I remember watching your followers go up, and I kept chasing you to get an interview, and it's finally slowed down a year and a half later or something, where we could even talk about the growth and scale of your business, which is amazing. How do you then create this whole community and network that you have?
Just engaging with my customers, like I listen to my customers. I recommend everybody to listen to their customers as soon as they start off. Those are the people that make your brand. So like I always took everybody's considerations and recommendations into considerations. So I was just listening to them, and a lot of them wanting something for sensitive skin. So that's where it kind of pushed me to do sensitive skin, fast shipping, good customer service, so those were that's my little community that I have right now. And because if I try to sell something that has like fragrances and pretty, no. But for my sensitive skin community, that's where I get them the most. It helps with eczema, psoriasis. Even babies can use my product. I make sure I have literally the least chemicals and an all natural product. So that's more so what I wanted for myself in the first place. And I kind of just kept being consistent within my product and true to myself.
Right. And now you have products in retail spaces in the Beachwood Mall.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
What went into creating that?
Well, I always wanted like a little storefront. A lot of people want to just come and pick up. People who have really bad skin issues, sometimes they forget to order and they can't go a day without it. It's almost like their prescription for their skin. So I'm like, I already have fast shipping, but you got them people who really just want to go pick up. And it actually helped out a lot because you got them people coming up to the store. I get to engage with those people. I get to make sure that they are using the correct thing and I love talking to my customers in person. I really get to see, I can tell just by from somebody's skin, what type of skin they do have. I've been that well-rounded and around my customers so much and just studied skin so much that I just pay attention to it. But just having them being able to walk into the store and I feel their presence is what really, gets me.
So do you help operate the store then there in the mall?
In the beginning,
I was about to say, because like, it's like you're past that, you know what I'm saying?
Correct. Yes, I do have an employee. So, and I taught her my ways, and everybody like loves her. Yeah. But sometimes I do go up there, like if she takes a day off or something, or has to go on vacation. Right. You know, I love actually going up there because I know I can sell a lot when I do, and people love to see me. So when I promote, like I'm up there, you know, my friends come and shop. Everything. So it's a bit more intense when I'm up there. But yeah, no, I definitely have somebody running the shop for me.
I was about to say, and are you doing all the photography still and design work then as well?
Yes. So I still 100% do everything. Wow. I just hired 2 VAs, but for the most part, everything that you're
visual assistant, is that what that means?
Virtual.
Virtual assistant. Okay. Yes. I was like virtual. Okay.
I just hired 2, but they're helping me manage my, like all the pages I don't really manage. Facebook, right. TikTok, Google Ads, stuff like that. But as far as like designing and doing my own labels and doing my own product shots and photography, yeah, I still do all of that. I actually just got a nice camera, if I can find it.
Nice.
Here. Yeah, so I shoot with a R6 Canon.
Oh, fun. So so all this stuff on Instagram, whether it's the stage stuff, the product shots is you. Nice. That's amazing.
Everything.
And of course, you know, you've, like I said, you've grown your following to almost 44,000 in 3 years, which is pretty impressive. How much did that wholesale business, that's the other thing I want to chat a little bit about, because that's a part of your business. What did that went into doing the wholesale component?
Well, I wanted a way to help out other skincare brands like myself, just make it easier for them, give them better understanding of what the product should be like. I also made it so to where they can be creative, you know, like you don't necessarily have to sell it exactly how I'm selling it. You know, I create bases for them to add in anything they would like to, you know, so I just wanted to give them an opportunity because I don't teach. They really want me to so bad. I just don't have the time because with teaching comes, you know, you have to talk to a lot of people all day and give them your undivided attention. And I can't do that every single day for multiple people right now. So instead I'm like, okay, what other way can I help these girls right now? And I do want to be one of the largest skincare companies ever, for real. So one way is by, you know, doing it wholesale as well.
Huh. That's really cool. So that obviously is doing a good part of your business too, right? You've like kind of differentiated different areas, which is interesting. You have the on-site at the mall, the wholesale. Of course, the website sells things. You probably do ads, of course, blah, 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 targeting. That's all digital marketing. Then the last little bucket that I wanted to talk about, and I see the dog walking around, is it Pabo?
Pabu.
Pabu.
So Bew is short for beauty.
Of course it is. Right. So Pabu, well, Bo is like a term.
Yeah.
But like, so Pabu, this is a pet care line.
Yes.
And you have right now, there's 3 different products, basically a balm, a spray, and a shampoo. When did was that early on or when did that come into play?
Well, this just came into play a few months ago. I've kind of always wanted one. You know, I can create almost anything that I want. You know, I know the formulas, I'm highly educated, but I always wanted a dog beauty company line, but I didn't have a dog. So it was just like, okay, do I really need to? It was more of a recommendation from customers like, hey, you should come out with this and that. So after I got, you know, I took their thoughts into consideration. And a year later, I got a dog. And then I'm like, okay, I definitely need something to wash my dog and to cater to my dog, because even though I still will get my dog groomed at a groomer, you still have to manage and keep up with them because they don't go to the groomer every week or every day, you know, like you only wash them once a month. So still have to keep up with them. So I still spray him down on the daily. His paws, all paws, you know, they're walking on the ground, they're walking on concrete. Right. So you have to moisturize their paws often, their nose, their ears. My dog has super bad allergies, so sometimes even his eyes get dry. So I lotion him up like a little baby.
Baby dog. Precious baby dog. That is amazing. Well, that's also bonding too. Like, I mean, I think there's something there, like in the case with the bonding with a pet, there's a relationship and the connection. And then you were talking about your mom and taking care of your body. And then, so then there's a connection to yourself, in this case, self-care and all that stuff. Correct. Yeah. So we're covering all those bases. And I like how you have this little skincare quiz to help guide your customers. Now this is some sort of module plugin for your website, but I presume this really helps drive sales in a different way than just an advertisement might.
Correct. So it definitely upsells my business, and I've grown to like, okay, they need collections. They need something that they can use step by step. Customers want to know like what what you want for them. They don't have no clue sometimes or anything. So I created a few collections, and I'm actually redesigning the whole entire thing to make it more simpler. But it drives the customers to like, okay, if they get something, not exactly somebody, but something right there to answer their question. You know, you don't need to wait for somebody. You don't need to talk to anybody. Yeah. You got somebody answering your question and already giving you the link to what you should be purchasing. And really they most likely, they do. So if you have combination skin, you're gonna, type in the answers for that and get a combination package.
That's
so
cool.
Really nice. It's definitely lower the DMs and the emails.
I was about to say, yeah, it must. And I mean, I know other products, especially like stuff off the, consumer packaged goods, it's easier to do that than like in our custom space. But at the same time, we theoretically could guide our customers a little bit better through some widgets. That's very interesting. Just I bought stuff like that. I just didn't really think about it because this is custom. You have to customize it to yourself. It's not buying a pair of sunglasses. It's different.
Yeah. So, you guys definitely could do it. It's not.
No. Yeah. We don't have to get into strategy. I'm just thinking you have like, it is custom. You are custom in a way, even though you have specific products, but they come together in ways that you could put together the wrong combination and get the wrong thing if you didn't know what you were doing.
Yeah.
Right. So that's really cool that you can educate your customers in that way. And then you do results and you're showing people what the various conditions that you're trying to help solve for, which is really amazing. So, goodness gracious. So, cover a lot of ground, which is wonderful. We always try to in a short amount of time. But what do you think is going to happen next for y'all?
Well, did you see? I got a new warehouse.
No, of course. How would I see? I'm not in Willoughby, Ohio. So let's talk about the new warehouse.
No. It's on. I've been posting about it. Not too.
I have. Much. We've seen some things. I've seen some large bags of products in various Instagram posts and stuff like that.
A bigger warehouse is what is next. And I also will allow pickup for wholesale in there. So that'll be nice. And it'll cut down on shipping for me and my customers. But moving into my new warehouse is a big deal for me because this place is just so much nicer. Contractors come with it. I get 3 offices. Wow. I have 3,500 square feet compared to this one. It's about 2,300 square feet. So I go up, I get a little bigger, so that is really nice. And I can also hold a lot more product. So the more product that I would be able to purchase and store in there, and it has air conditioning. So that's like a really, really big deal. We don't have air conditioning here. So that's like a really big deal for us to be able to store product for a longer time. So I can purchase things, larger amounts for cheaper. So that's really nice. But that's what's next for me. And I'm so excited. I'm going to start getting ready for Christmas in July. For my wholesalers, and then
not Christmas in July as a holiday. You're ready. You're doing Christmas starting in July.
No. Christmas in July.
Oh, actually like the event. Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, cool. Because I like Christmas in July, but I know I'm already seeing Christmas stuff in our shop. You know
what I'm saying? Really? Oh, wow.
You can never. I believe it. You can't get ahead of the Christmas season, especially these days. You know what I mean? No, seriously.
Yeah, and Christmas definitely happens in a couple months already, especially for us business people.
Right. And it's tough to like think. I have a calendar right behind the screen here, and it's like, holy smokes, May is over. Yeah. But so what you were saying though, and I want to tease this out just really quick here. you have had to start, you said you've taught yourself. I'm sure you've gotten some advice and counseling on the way, and you learn by doing and failing and all those wonderful things.
Oh, for sure. Trial and error.
Yeah, trial and error. But now there's this scaling and growth part of your business. And we talk about this on the show sometimes, depending on the customer. When you're talking about scaling, storing more, paying more up front to store things, how do you then do the business planning around that? You know what I'm saying? Like revenue planning and all the budgetary things. Does that make sense?
Yes. So it doesn't necessarily go out the window just because I know I need all of this stuff and I know it's going to sell. So I still purchase within my means for my wholesale company and stuff that lasts longer. So like, let's say something for like shea butter, I'm not going to get a pallet of that because shea butter can easily tarnish or perish in a short amount of time. Okay. So as far as like the pre-made bases, some of my pre-made bases or oils or stuff like that, I'm ordering drums. Oils last for 2 years, so I definitely actually took out a loan because I am, like I said, I'm getting ready for Christmas, July, and I'm getting ready for Black Friday. So I'm estimating about trying to at least maybe get $15,000 worth of just Ross product already stored in there, like not even made. We already carry, we have about like $40,000 worth of product just sitting. Yeah, no, we have a lot. So,
and that's like a lot to just carry, right? As an owner, and
it's a lot of little different things. Yes, no, it is a lot. I've just grown accustomed to just managing it, like I'm still trying to find a good system. Like I said, it's still trial and error as you grow because there's larger systems that you need to learn. I'm still looking for a good inventory website or e-commerce or something like that to maintain everything, down to the teaspoon of turmeric that we use. So like, I don't even know if there's a system for that. I know there's QuickBooks. I have my accountant on that just to manage, make sure nothing is going funny or anything like that and making sure I'm not going, under. But something as far as like a system like that will literally micromanage every single thing that we do. I don't know, so it's all like manually still for sure. Wow. But I do walkthroughs. We do inventory on the regular, making sure. I also have an assistant in-house as well. And then, like I said, I have somebody at the store. So it's not too bad. Sometimes I feel like my head is spinning, but, I pull myself back together.
But you have delegated too, though. That's part of the growing. And in our business, we have some business philosophies like letting go of the vine. At some point, you have to delegate to elevate and do those things, right? That's the traction system that we've been using here at Sticker Giant. But you have now created a team around you, right? Like that is, like you said, is making sure things are in place, which is really cool. Yeah. And you were talking about like creating a better life. Is that part of this whole vision of this better life? You're talking about creating a better life for your customers with the product. But what about you as the owner and operator? Like you're also trying to manifest this life, right?
Definitely. So this year, I can say like, I've never worked so hard in my life. I'm waking up at 4:30 a.m. on the regular, going to work out, trying to live a healthier lifestyle. The procrastination has definitely stopped. I hardly procrastinate anymore. I make sure, when I take something, I put it back where it belongs, like just as something as simple as that.
That's huge. That's a big part of my life. So how do you, well, talk about procrastination, because I'm a serial procrastinator. We might have lost the plot of business growth and marketing, but as an owner, and I do want to respect of your time and of course our wonderful listeners, but those are the kind of soft skills is how do you actually ratchet down on procrastination? Sounds like structure is really important to you, right? Structure,
yes. Right now, definitely structure is very important. I have a vision of where I want to be. Procrastination, there's no room for that in that vision. I can't get there. So if I'm as far as like not putting a utensil back where it belongs, then I'm going to have to come and do it tomorrow. But that's taking away time from my tomorrow. I was getting up, last year I was getting up at 8:00, and that was super, super late compared to what I am now. I just gained at least 20 business hours back in 1 week from waking up at 4:00 in the morning, so that puts me ahead of the game, So just by not doing something that day and procrastination, it's taking away from your future. And you can't get to your future fast enough if, you're procrastinating, if you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing. So I just had a light come on. I had that drive. I got tunnel vision right now. I know where I want to be. I know I want to be $1 billion company. I know that I want to vacation in Cabo whenever I please and be on the phone and be like, hey, y'all deal with it. No. But, I have these goals and I have these visions.
Yeah.
Procrastination is just not.
And so you just, like you said, you put that light on and then you put that dart on the board and you said, this is it. And then that's been pulling you forward all that whole time. That's really wonderful. I appreciate that. And that actually motivates me. I get so much out of all of y'all who are really out there doing this. And that's what this show is all about. And that's what I do really love, to hear y'all stories. Well, thank you for, of course, taking time. Everybody out there listening, thank you for taking time. We say on the show, every sticker has a story. Today, it's your labels, Ciddy, right? Cidney, right there. There they are. You're showing them for us on all the products. We really appreciate that. You're trying out different stuff. What kind of stuff have you liked the most from those labels?
What kind of stuff do I
like? The actual, we have different label options. So which is your favorite of the products?
So my favorite, of course, all your labels are waterproof, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Key. That is literally key. Everybody needs to have waterproof labels. But my favorite is the matted ones. Definitely top tier. Also the clear abrasive, or what is it?
Yeah. Well, there's a few different kinds. You use a clear product, right?
I do. So the clear ones and the matted is like my top favorite. I only went to matte though, because I do like your shiny too. I only went to matte for picture taking because it's so hard to shoot a shiny label.
It's impossible. We'll talk about, for 10 years almost, I've been trying to take pictures of glossy stickers. It's impossible.
Okay.
You have to really do a lot with lighting. We have a pro photographer that we go to, but you have to choose to accentuate the gloss because we're trying to sell that. Whereas you are trying to accentuate the product. You don't care about what the label looks like. I mean, you care about how it looks on your product, but for us, it's making sure that the label works for what you're trying to sell.
Correct. Yeah. Right? Yeah. So I could not, I'm like, I don't know if there's a way, but I went matte so long ago when I realized like shooting a shiny label just does not get it. Like, no. So, but matted, definitely. I love that you guys are waterproof. I'm a skincare business. It gets, wet. I got oil-based, water-based. So like the labels are definitely quality and never peel. I've never heard of anything like peeling or not, or coming off like, and you've always got it right. Like teach me, because you've never sent a wrong order ever. And then you guys send more and get me, you guys get me so confused because I'll order 150 labels. And then I'd be like, okay, so we go through about 100 and something products. I was like, Alicia, how many labels we got? We got like 200. I was like, I only ordered 100. How do we have so many?
We try to give some extras. I do want to just fact check one thing. Our paper labels, which you don't use, are not waterproof, but the other ones that you have are, and they're great for like indoor durable use. Like you have to store it. It might get wet on the counter, whatever. Those are, you're right. But I appreciate that feedback. And I'll of course pass it on to our team. We love to hear that. We try to get it right as much as we can. We always can't, but we do try to make it right. And giving extra is always something we try to do and we can. Goodness gracious, Cidney, thank you so much for your time. Everybody out there, thank you for giving us your time and space to listen to this. And the inspiring words, Cidney, I'm going to try to throw a dart at the wall and get a little tunnel vision myself here. I think that's my takeaway from today. Folks, we'll see you soon. Have a wonderful time out there and keep following stories of business growth and marketing. It's always my pleasure to be Andrew. Thank you for taking your time from all the way from Ohio City. And we'll be following and we'll be, of course, engaging on social like always, right?
Of course. Yes.
All right, folks, have a good one and we'll see you next time.
That wraps up this episode of Stickers on the Mic, brought to you by StickerGiant.com. You can download us on Spotify, iTunes, Google Play, SoundCloud, or your favorite podcatcher. Thanks again for listening to Stickers on the Mic. We'll see you next time.